welcome to the Guerra exhibit here in Casa Vicens.
She just comes once a month, so it's really interesting to listen what she says in the tour, and I think you are going to really enjoy it. So Nikki, you can start.
Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you. Again, welcome to the Guerra exhibit here in Casa Vicens. Thank you so much for making time. Let's start with this work.
I don't know people in the summer
The self-titled show, which is Guerra. This is a brooch. It's a fully loaded, heavy loaded word. It means war, right? It means war. But aside from that, it means more to me because it is the name of my maternal side. The one that is often not mentioned or not seen or even forgotten. It's actually made of 18-karat deep gold with Philippine pearls. This is a story about 8 sisters. One of them is my mother. 5 of them had to leave the Philippines and work as a migrant worker. I wanted to honor something that is undermined and undervalued, something that most people neglect. They are silk. They are pure silk. They came from a silkworm farm. I had to order them, and I cut them in like a hand towel size, but narrower. And then I was thinking about the stories of my aunts. I wanted to honor them. So I was thinking really hard, how do I show their labor, but honoring it? I didn't expect it to look like this when I was laying it out on a white background, and then I put that, and then I, stepped back. I realized that it looked like land. It looked like the horizon. It looked like every feeling of a woman worker away from her home. Now we're in this third work. It's a series. They are not ensaimadas. The title of this work is Wound Cloth. Wound is when you wound and then you like that.
Bueno, estamos ante la siguiente obra, que es una serie, que aunque lo parezca no son ensarmadas.
My great-great-grandmother. She would wound the cloth and she would put it on her head here, and then she would carry a metal container in the province. And she would sell goods from cacao to fish, cooked fish, very, very good, healthy fish. We still eat it back home. And then she would sell it outside the market. These are porcelain ceramic. And actually these 3 ones, the gold that you see, is porcelain with real 18-karat gold liquid gold on top of it. Now, I wanted to show who these people are, but these 3 are my great-great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother. I wanted to honor them. Someone that that works for you, the caregiver that you see, the nurse that you see, the nanny that you see, the caregiver of an elderly. They're all working, and then at the same time, they're all giving to their own families. They don't have time for themselves. but they're carrying everyone's load to save everyone. We move to this last piece. The title of this work is Steely Bloom.
Esta es la última pieza y el título es algo así como Flor de Acero.
This cutting tool is a historical cutting tool in the Philippines. When the Spanish came in 15th century, when they came and started occupying the Philippines, this cutting tool, this kitchen tool, became a weapon. Because the women now, because the men are away, the women used it as a weapon to defend their homes, to defend their children, because they're alone. And this became a famous symbol. It's actually the symbol in the Philippines as of the revolution. And then if you're wondering why there's 8, again, it's honoring the 8 sisters from the Guerra women in my family. But more importantly, it is the race. If you look at our Philippine flag, there's the blue, the red, the sun, and then 3 stars. That sun has 8 rays. Those 8 rays were symbolizing the 8 provinces that revolted against Spain. And one of those provinces is where Guerra family is from. I wanted this to confront the Spanish or the Western communities on how colonialism and occupation is for them. I wanted to confront their colonial past, for even Filipinos to confront their own internalized colonialism. That it's time that you are seen, you are deserving to be seen. I made this into like a flower so that there's an opportunity to face the colonial past and transform into something else on how you treat or see a Filipino or a minority.
Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thank you.
If you have any questions or reflections or thoughts, or you can have a dialogue if you would like to.
Your personal knowledge, your intimate knowledge, and also the historical and political story of your country in relationship to Spain, no? And I really think that it would be important for schools to get to know this story, and it's one way to know one of the stories of the violence of Spain's colonization, not only in the Philippines, but also in the African countries and so on.
Visited the exhibit of Nikki Luna, Isa.